Welcome to the Work in Progress podcast, where we keep our whip in check. And now, here's Michelle, certified coach and founder of Strive Coaching Studio.
Welcome to the Work in Progress podcast. I am so thrilled today to be joining and have as a guest today, Morgan Dawson with Dawson Workwear. She's so incredible. I have just come to know you in life because you are like all of a sudden on the map. And I am so excited to have you here. And thank you for being here today because what you've done is so impressive, and I'm wanting you to get to share your story as much as you can. So welcome. So glad you're here today.
Thank you, Michelle. Thanks for having me.
Yes, of course. So everybody wants to know basically, I'm going to let you tell your story of how it happened. But one morning I'm going through my LinkedIn scroll and suddenly I see Morgan Dawson and Dawson Workwear and this fantastic article about what you've created. And then I saw how sort of new you are to the industry and to the business. And I was like, who is this girl and what has she done? I need to know her. And I reached out immediately, which apparently is also probably the same day that a lot of other people did too. So tell us all what happened.
Yes. So I had posted a TikTok a while ago that got 500,000 views. It was recently after I launched Dawson Workwear. And so I had really good traffic from that. And then one day I was on my way to work and I saw that National Women in Construction had posted about Dawson Workwear. And my LinkedIn was blowing up and I had no idea what was going on because I had never sent anything to them. And I opened it up and I see that they had reposted Dawson Workwear on their page. So I was just really overwhelmed, really excited for that. And it goes back to a coworker of mine at Orchestra Partners had introduced me to a journalist in Birmingham who posted an article about Dawson Workwear right after we launched in July. And that got picked up by WBRC, which is Fox News in Birmingham. And wow. I think that's where National Association of Women in Construction saw my post. So that was super exciting. And I'm really excited to get to talk to people like you who want to share our story and raise awareness about our brand. So thank you so much.
Yes. I'm so excited to be able to. And so take us back. You are just getting started in your career in building and in this industry in construction. And over a little bit of a time, a few different things happened that led you to where you are. So tell us the story of kind of how Dawson Workwear became.
It was back when I was a junior in college. I got an internship with Hensel Phelps, which is a general contractor. And I'd never been in construction before. I had no idea what to really expect out of the industry, let alone what to wear. So that was the first instance. It was like, I'm not sure what to wear. I think I'm just going to wear, jeans and a polo. So I went to the Levi's outlet. I bought a couple pairs of jeans and called it good. Later realized, okay, I think I need a pair of boots, steel-toe boots, which also, where do you buy steel-toe boots? So I turned to Amazon.com and was like, okay, I'm just going to get a pair on Prime so I can get them in time, make sure that they fit and all that good stuff. And as I'm scrolling through Amazon, I found a pair of boots that I wanted and it said Prime, but little did I know that only the men's options were in Prime. So I ordered mine and I was like, okay, I have 2 weeks. I hope they're going to be here in time before I leave for my internship. They did not come in time. And so my mom was driving me to DC for my internship. She's so nice. She always helps me move. And I was freaking out. I was super stressed out. I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, I can't show up on the job site without steel-toe boots. They're not going to let me on. And she's like, I have an idea. Let's stop at the Boot Barn. I think it's in West Virginia. And we'll get you a pair of boots there. So we're there. And it's like right when they open, like 10 in the morning. And they had one pair of boots in my size. So I got those. Yeah. Luckily, they did have one in my size.
Luckily. Hopefully you liked them.
Yeah, I wouldn't say, they were more like logger boots than construction work boots. but they had steel toes and they were going to get the job done until my Amazon boot came in. Yes. So I got to the job site and, I did fine in my jeans and I finished my internship. I got a full-time job offer with Hensel Phelps, which was so exciting. And I accepted that, went back, finished my senior year of college during COVID, actually, and then moved back to DC to start full-time. And the same issue came up. And I was just like, I don't know what to wear. I kept wearing those jeans. And then it was just like along the way, just these inconveniences that come along with not having the proper PPE, the proper workwear. And another major thing was safety vests on job sites. My job site personally only carried down to unisex medium, which I'm a 5'2", 120-pound woman. That's major. It's huge on me. And then you're adding in all your tools and stuff, and it just was not functional at all. So I didn't have the pockets that workwear pants have in my jeans. So I was stuffing everything in my vest, and I was just so overwhelmed with it. And I was like, okay, this is not happening. So I tried a couple of different workwear options, and where I drew the line was I ordered little boys pants, and they still did not fit me. Yep, they had like the elastic waist and everything. And I was like, okay, this is not happening. And so I was in Birmingham, actually, which is where I am now, and meeting my family for my sister's birthday. And we were sitting down talking about it, and the whole idea came to life. I was like, okay, I'm going to call it Dawson Workwear. Our slogan's going to be built for her. And I want to start with the pair of pants. And that's exactly what we did.
I love it. I love it. So what's the timeline? When did you launch Dawson?
So that was in May of 2021. I got to work on the logo and stuff like that. Got my LLC shortly after that. And then I think I started production in December 2021. Okay. So that was like after the design had been finalized and all of that. And then I just launched in July of this year, or 2022, because it's 2023 now.
Yeah. So you just have launched it. And tell me about, how's it going so far?
It's going really well. I have been blown away with the feedback that I'm getting from women in the industry. And it just helps me come up with new ideas, see what, other people's experiences are, so I can add that to my designs and make them perfect for all body types, all shapes and sizes. That's my goal, is to have like super inclusive workwear.
Yeah. Had you ever done anything with fashion before, or have any expertise as to how to begin designing clothing?
Nope, I did not, besides like designing wedding dresses when I was a little girl.
Yeah.
But luckily I had gone to Kent State University, which is a major fashion school. So I had a friend, my friend Hannah, who is in design. And I reached out to her and I was like, hey, can you I sent her a picture of my hand-drawn, really rough sketch of what I wanted for the pants. And she was able to turn it into this beautiful tech pack, which got me to the design or the production process.
Oh my gosh, how amazing. We love Hannah. That was perfect. That is amazing.
Yes. So she helps me out all the time now. She just gives me advice and stuff like that. She's become my fashion mentor.
Yeah.
So I'm super thankful to her for helping me out through this process. And I hope one day to hire her full time as my designer.
Yeah, that's amazing. And wow, what a story for all the things happening for a reason and leading you to right where you are today. I mean, that's incredible to have gone to a school that focuses on fashion design. All of that is just leading you to where you are.
The stars have aligned.
The stars have aligned. Totally. So right now you have pants in 2 colors that are available.
So we launched with 2 colors, classic work pant in taupe and olive. And in late December, we launched a 3rd color, which is navy, as well as a flame resistant pant, which is the same design. It's just the flame resistant material.
Yeah, that's amazing. So what did you have to do in order to really grow into the person who becomes a person who's got a full-time job? You have a lot of responsibility with that, and launching your own business and starting this whole business in another industry, really.
Yes.
What's that been like?
So, I'm 24 years old right now. if you would have told me I was going to be doing this a couple years ago, I would have been shocked. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm 22 at the time I graduated college. Like, there's no way by 24, I'm going to have my own business. But I think really just like being disciplined and holding myself accountable has really gotten me to the point I am today. Time management, setting strict boundaries for myself helps me be successful.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter how old you are. You can learn how to be successful and manage your time and have boundaries and be committed no matter
That's
how
so
old
true.
you are. Yeah,
Yes.
that is so amazing. So along the way, who have been your mentors in your life so far? Who has encouraged you and who have you looked up to?
Mainly my parents. They have been so supportive to me throughout this whole thing. And my dad, having been in the construction industry for 30 years,
Okay.
he has, yes. So my dad's a mason. He specializes in historical masonry.
Nice.
So he's gone through, all the workwear he can. And so he's been really helpful in that. And then my mom's just this constant line of support and ideas. And she's so sweet about it all. And then I have a friend in the construction industry who throughout my time at Hensel Phelps and even to this day, like I can reach out to with any issues and stuff, and she'll just talk through things with me. So I think relationships like that are so important. And I'm still getting new mentors every day. You can never have enough mentors. So
Totally, 100%. And the great news is your current company where you work every day is really supportive of what you're
yes.
doing, right?
Orchestra Partners loves passion. So I didn't really talk about launching Dawson Workwear until it was like the week of launch.
Yeah.
And they're like, why you're starting your own company? This is so amazing. How can we help you? And every step of the way, they've just been an outpouring of support for me, which I'm so grateful for. And the fact that I can have this amazing job and do my passion on the side, I'm so thankful.
It's really such an amazing story. So the reason I have the Work in Progress podcast is because like anybody can be successful at anything. We can all accomplish whatever we want in life. And it comes with its challenges and it comes with struggles and fears and all of that. And we have to be willing to overcome all of those things in order to grow into our next best version of ourselves. So tell me, like, what have been the biggest challenges along the way? What have you had to overcome?
Mostly myself, just
Okay.
these mental thoughts, like, what if I don't make it? What if something goes wrong? And I just have to remind myself, like, you're going to fail. Unfortunately, it's going to happen, but you have to have the mindset where you're going to come back and try even harder and succeed even further the next time. And then there are other challenges, just like learning all the things that go into this. I've been learning every step of the way. So that's been a challenge in itself, learning fashion design and production and, sizing and stuff like that. There's so much that goes into creating a pair of pants or creating clothing that you wouldn't think about. So just learning and being patient with myself along that process has been super important to me too. And just like there's this uneasy feeling at all times because my brain is constantly turning with ideas and like just thoughts to myself. So, kind of using that unease to motivate me and push me even further, I think has been super different, but really helping me move along in the process.
I love it. And it's so true. When we get outside of our comfort zone, it's not supposed to be comfortable. It's going to feel uneasy, right?
Yeah.
Unease is like part of the deal. Like that's part of the package.
We've been getting really comfortable with the uneasy feeling.
Yes, I love that. Get comfortable with being uneasy. Just decide that that's part of it because you're just committed to where you want to go.
Yeah, I feel like that uneasy feeling is telling me that I'm headed in the right direction in a weird way.
Love it. Yeah, totally. Because you can stay safe and comfortable, but you're not going to accomplish a whole lot if you do, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. I love it. So tell me, like, have you what has been the biggest failure along the way? Like, what did you have to learn the hard way?
I had to learn the hard way to just kind of pump the brakes. Like I think very fast. I want to move very quickly. So just realizing that that doesn't work in every application, and to slow down and make sure I'm taking everything into account has been probably the hardest thing for me. But I think that's a part of growing and learning. So I'm thankful for that, because I can use that in my everyday life too, and in my current job as well. So
yeah,
pump the brakes.
that's a great point. How has like everything you're doing there really helped and served you in your job that you're in every day? How has that made you grow?
Exactly that. And the networking, the connections have helped me grow too. I've met so many amazing people in the short time I've been in Birmingham, and that would be impossible without orchestra partners.
Yeah. It's so amazing that you have a supportive company that wants you to succeed. And so what does success look like for Dawson Workwear this year? What are the goals this year for you?
So I'm going to be launching a new design in spring, and I think it is very like body type inclusive. So I'm really excited about that. And my goal is probably 3 new designs this year. So just small steps like that. And then in 5 years, I'm hoping that Dawson Workwear can become my full-time job. And I also want to be an advocate for young women in construction. So I think those 2 things combined would be my long-term goal for Dawson Workwear.
Yeah. Well, and you're already a role model. So to say that you're going to continue to do that, I mean, that will be such a contribution to the industry that really needs more role models doing what you're doing.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So you've got some new designs coming out for spring. That's exciting.
Yes.
Are you allowed to tell us what those are?
I cannot yet, but it's a new design of pant, and I will say it is brand new for the construction industry. I'm taking a twist on some other pants that I have loved, and making them for a construction setting.
Nice. I love that. And then I think you said you're already working on designs for next winter too.
Yes. A lot of women have reached out requesting like winter clothing.
Yeah.
So that is my goal for next winter, is to have 1 or 2 designs for cold weather, for women.
Yeah, I love that. When you think about like your everyday getting through and focusing on the next thing, and it's, has its challenges, what do you tell yourself?
I say take it one day at a time. I can find looking too far ahead to be overwhelming, especially with so much going on. I've recently moved to a city, and having 2 jobs now, like I can get really overwhelmed. So one day at a time, one problem at a time, and you'll slowly get through it.
I love that. That's such great advice for sure. When you think about how you can be a role model going forward, what are the things that are important to you? Where's your focus mostly?
My focus is for women to feel comfortable on the job site. It can be pretty scary to go into a male-dominated industry. So if I can just share my experience with women, give them advice on how to, gain respect in the field and work through your issues every day, that would mean a lot to me and help them feel more comfortable on going into a job site.
Yeah. What do you think the biggest challenges are on the job site as a woman in a male-dominated industry?
Yeah. So I think, gaining respect is so much harder as a woman, especially, fresh out of college. So I was the lead field engineer on my job site. And at first, like the guys would give me some trouble, and they didn't really trust what I would say. And so after, I gain that respect, it will stick. So just, push hard in the beginning, gain that respect from the trades, and then you won't have much of an issue after that. So just don't give up, keep working hard, be yourself.
Yeah. Well, and you already got this far. You've already pushed yourself this far. Like you accomplished a lot. So you can go that next step to gain that respect quickly.
Yes.
Yeah, it's available to you.
Yeah. And once they respect you, like those men and women out there, they have your back. If you're willing to help them out, they're willing to help you out. And it just makes your life so much easier on the job site. And that's for men and women.
Yeah, totally. And you're right. You're bringing up a couple of good points. There's youth, there's the judgment on youth that we all do naturally. Like, oh, if they're young, they might not know what they're talking about. And then there's the female side of it. And, there's probably a million other judgments that come into it too. And which is somewhat human nature, but sometimes can be, just society. So when you think about that, like, what do you hope to see change going forward for the industry?
I hope for the industry that, you become more accepting of the young people on the job site, the women on the job site. I would love to see women in more leadership roles.
Yeah.
I would love to see more accommodations for moms in the field. That was something I noticed on the job site when I worked for Hensel Phelps. It's just like, I was so worried about when I want to have kids, like, what do I do? Because I'm on the job site at 6 a.m. and I'm leaving at 5:30, 6 p.m. Like, how do you do that as a mom? So I'd love to see some movement on that in the industry.
Right. Yeah. And those are long hours for everybody. That's a demanding position for sure. Yeah. I agree. So what words of advice do you have for somebody who might be thinking about, I have this idea, but I don't know if I can, either I'm too young or I don't know enough because it's an industry I don't know. Like, what's your advice to the person who has the great idea right now, who's too scared to do anything about it?
I would say take that leap of faith, and you never know what's going to happen unless you try. So the worst thing that's going to happen is failure. You might lose a little bit of money that you've invested into it, but it doesn't hurt to try. And you could be surprised on where you'll end up.
And my theory is, even if you lose a little money, what did you learn? What did you gain? How did you grow along the way? Even if it was a failure, it's going to show.
True.
Yeah, it's going to give you data to say, okay, now what? Now that I've proven I can do these things, what can I take and use that and put that into work for myself now? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So what you said, long-term goals for Dawson Work for yourself would be to make it full-time for you 5 years from now. I know you don't like to think too big because you're doing one day at a time, and I love that advice. But what do you hope to see for Dawson Workwear long-term?
I would love to see workwear for all applications in construction, gardening, anything outdoorsy. I would really like to provide for women.
Okay.
I think that's where I'm at right now. And then maternity is one I'm really excited to do.
Okay.
And just things like that. I have new ideas every day. And so I can't wait to see them come to life and make that happen.
Yes. Well, I'm sure that they will. And I know that they'll be embraced and appreciated by the industry. And if there's anybody who's hesitant to get into the industry because they can't find the right boots, then call Morgan, because you're going to tell them what to do, right? And get them set up.
I'm not going to make boots, but I have some really good recommendations.
Yeah, I don't blame you. That sounds like a big undertaking to get into that. Yes. But you never know down the road. Who knows? Yeah.
Yes.
So what are your long-term goals?
I just want to be doing something I'm passionate about. My main goal is to be happy. I don't need all the money. I don't need, fame, but as long as I'm helping other people and I'm happy in my own life, that's success to me.
Well, it sounds like you already are. Sounds like you're already successful then doing that. Yeah. So what do you do for fun, Morgan? It sounds like you work a lot. So tell me what you do that's fun and gives you what fills you in other ways.
Yeah, I do work a lot. But I love to hang out with our dog, Nina, who's staring at me right now. I love to read. I'm really into thrillers. So I use reading as like my escape time. And then I love good food and good wine.
I love it. Very nice. How are you a work in progress right now? What is the thing that I gotta stay focused for me and grow in this way?
I would say every day is a work in progress.
Okay.
But yeah, I think my work in progress is making sure my vision is heard and translated through my designs and my line. And work in progress for the industry is just being more inclusive for women.
Yeah. I love that. That's so amazing. How can others help and participate in your passion and find you? What are the best ways to do that?
Yes. So we're on Instagram and TikTok at Dawson Workwear. And then you could shop our products at www.dawsonworkwearforher.com. And I would love to hear any advice, any stories. So feel free to email us. It's on our website. And tell me what you want to see and your experience.
I love it. I love it. Yes, definitely go check them out because you can buy things right now. And it's fun to follow you because you're almost a little bit famous, right? In the industry right now. A lot of people are excited to see they're excited to see what you're doing, and they really are supportive of your success, or at least I know I am, and I've seen that.
They really are. And it's so heartwarming and so reassuring to just know that I'm on the right track and doing something that's really needed out there.
Yes, for sure. And you have a lot of organizations that are just excited to see this success and what you're bringing to the industry because it's such a great addition and a needed addition. Yeah, for sure.
So I'll be speaking also at Women in Construction Week in Birmingham. And then I also will be making an appearance at the National Women in Construction Conference in August.
And when is the one in Birmingham?
It's March 6th, I believe.
March 6th. Cool. So if anybody wants to go listen to what you have to say and hear your story and get to meet you, that might be a great opportunity for them too. So
yes.
Amazing. Thank you for coming on and sharing your story with us. Any last words of advice you want to share with everybody or tips?
Just do it. Do the thing.
Just get out there. Just get out there and do it. I love it.
Dip a toe in,
So cool. Good. Why not? Right? We only live once.
You do. And especially if you're young, like you have your whole life to make up for something if it doesn't go right. Like now's the time. Do it now and you won't regret it.
And make a million mistakes if you have to, because it only takes one success to make up for all of that.
Exactly.
Don't be afraid. Yeah. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Morgan. I'm going to be watching you. I know everybody else will be too. I love that you were here today and sharing everything. And I'm going to just be a big cheerleader for you.